And we're gonna be doing all these totally serious story scenes while wearing a horse mask.
Which quest are you up for?
So, since Alma wants to see it back, I wonder if this is actually gonna show that. I think it should show the old third commentary. I could be wrong, but I think I'm doing this right. Yeah, so this should help, I think, in letting me sort out what sub-stories are actually relevant. Okay, apparently also... So apparently the intro is in Canton in this, so I guess quick backstory is, the... starting for the first time, which I guess probably happens regardless of which episode you start with, it does your graduation. It's kind of like if you guys have seen me play Starbound. It's the end where it's like you're doing your qualification training, so you're a full-fledged operative. You're a cool anime soldier now. Or about to be a cool anime soldier when suddenly the Fire Nation attacked. By which I mean the Fall Spawn. So it's kind of just like an introduction to the controls, but also it introduces the player to Xeno, who is kind of a veteran hunter, so I guess that's kind of the real important detail to take from it, is a veteran hunter shows up, he helps bail us out because there's a lot of fall spawn, and he thinks he recognizes us for some reason. Which then, after that, we go to anime confusion time.
I have been expecting you. No, there is a discrepancy in the perception of that phrase. Perhaps I am the one who has kept you waiting.
And I guess for those of you who followed along with episode 4 and saw her name just casually thrown around, without a whole ton of context, this is Shion, who I guess we're not going to get too much context off of this, but I guess in case you wanted to put the face to the name.
My name is Shion.
Yes, your name tag says as much.
I am a being who is capable only of observation. I will not interfere with you, nor can I.
Kid, you better not interfere with my mask. I enjoyed it very much.
However, the path you must take, the path you have yet to tread, is moldering. Therefore, I can merely set you upon it. I have calculated and predicted every potentiality, and will exhibit them here. Gather divergences and bring forth the inevitable. The divergence matrix will aid you in this task. I am a being who is only capable of observation. My role is not to guide you. Thus will the divergence matrix show you the way.
But then, the thing you gave me is technically guiding me, so that's cheating.
I pray that the path born of my regret will serve as a beacon to guide you when a compass cannot. Forgive me. I droned on without comprehending how difficult it must be to grasp such vague sentiment. I will restructure my thoughts and state them again. Now, hear my request. I bid you go to Navarius. I will not say the reason. I cannot. The answer exists only in your future. I am solely an observer. I can do nothing but observe.
I see. So this is when you and Shion met.
Okay, good. I wasn't sure, because there wasn't really any indication that they were gonna play the episode 5 stuff alongside it, but we're gonna get the peanut gallery commentary from Alma for certain sections. It's not for all of them, but it'll be stuff like this.
As usual, I couldn't understand a word she said, but I guess she's making more sense now than back when I was alive. I used to chat with her a lot through my cosmogenic arm. She always seemed so mournful, so full of regret. Thinking back on it now, maybe she was trying to apologize to me, since she could see the future and knew what would happen to me. I think she was able to see your future too, back when she talked to you. That's why she gave you the divergence matrix to guide you, and that's also why she sent you to Navarius. She was trying to accomplish something. I'm sure that something has to do with the regret I sensed, but right now, who can say?
True indeed. Oh yes, I guess. Man, I kind of feel like I did off and dirty here. So, the graduation thing is done alongside, I guess, someone who's supposed to be a classmate named Often. He mostly rambles, which I guess is probably why I didn't consider his part of like the introduction actually that important. But yeah, so I guess the important part is that he's a fellow graduate. Oh,
Oi.
never mind, I guess.
Hey there, mate. What's up with you just staring into space?
Okay, this is the introduction part. Oh, that's weird. So, like, if that timeline was actually the way the game presented it, this should have come before the Shion thing, I think. Or did it? Actually, now I'm not sure. I don't think I got the Shion stuff until I was screwing around figuring out the story stuff, which I should mention, like, having to go to the quest counter for the story mode is a little unintuitive.
Yeah, I feel you. You're nervous about the certification mission, I take it? Believe me, I know exactly how you feel. I can't say this'll be fun, exactly. But we should be able to pull through, as long as we work together, mate. Which reminds me, this is our first taste of actual combat in the field. We might want to try practicing the basics first. Hey, hold up, mate! You can't just leave me behind!
Okay, never mind. That was definitely looking like the start of the actual tutorial, but never mind. I was confused. So yeah, it definitely leaves out the tutorial for some reason, unless... Should we... Yeah, it's not there. That's interesting. Alright, well, check it out, we get to fight. I wonder how far episode 1 actually scales.
Whoa, 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 what's up with this fella? I'm getting the heebie-jeebies over here. That is a person, right? What's going on with...
You...
You two old friends or something, mate? No, I seriously doubt that.
Die!
What? Hold up! What are you doing?
Trying to murder us, obviously.
Your Majesty! Cold you!
Really screwing up trying to just like screw around and get counters here. Wait, really? I didn't... I guess I'm not too good on the katana blocks, but I feel like... There we go. So there's like a little bit of a delay. I thought I really had it down after doing Melee, but...
Completed!
I guess there was a time limit on that too. Whoops.
Well, get a load of this. On a whim, I decide to actually go on a mission for once, and I run face first into a good time. My 2-for-1 special on worthy-looking victims. Hey, Cena, who are these guys? Look them up.
Yes, sir. Master Gedemholt? I cannot find any information on that one.
What? They got away. And I was just getting warmed up, too.
First one creep, now another. What is going on?
Hey, you!
Yeah?
Not you! Shut up and go tremble in a corner. I'm talking to you. That jerk was after you, right? Who was that?
You don't know where to thank him. Let's thank him.
Thanks? How green can you get? Try hurling your useless thanks at Fall Spawn next time. Now, tell me everything you know. I guess you really don't know anything. You've got a good air about you, but you're weak. It's too early to bother with you. Now I'm bored. We're leaving, Cena. Get the lead out.
Yes, Master Gedemholt. I will take my leave now.
Seriously, what in the universe just happened? Suddenly, I'm dead tired. By the way, mate, you seem kind of curious about whatever's out that way since before the fight broke out. Something up? You heard a voice? If someone's calling for help, then that's a big deal. What do you want to do? Should we go see? I'll leave it up to you, mate.
You know, the mask having a blank expression is not really much different from how the game usually portrays the protagonist. It's a Byleth style, just staring off into space for Riverwalk. But instead, we get to look stylish doing it too.
Is the girl okay? What's she even doing here? Doesn't seem like Ox. But we can hardly just leave her.
Attention ARCs. The false spawn containment zone breach has abated. Code F is hereby rescinded. Alert levels back to normal. All personnel, return to ship when it is safe to do so.
Phew. Good to hear. The Forspawn just backed off. I haven't got a clue about this girl. But I'm sure someone smarter than me will. No point in lingering. Back to base, mate.
I guess on a slightly more serious note, it did make it a little, like, you may notice that these scenes jump around a lot, and it did make it a little bit difficult for me to get into this at the start. But it's also, like, this game's fairly old, so it's clearly them trying to find their legs and, telling the plot that they want to do with the technology that they have.
Phew. Hey, mate. You left her with the medical bay, right? She's in good hands there. Anyway, what do you think they're gonna do about our certification mission? I know I brought it up, but I'm not too worried, really. I feel like it's gonna work out fine. I'm gonna relax in the lobby for a bit. Later, mate.
Hello, can you hear me? My name is Philia. I'm a medical bay nurse officer.
Actually, you know what? The horse mask almost seems more animated. It's been a while, but I feel like it's more animated than the actual player character.
The girl you secured on Nefarious has just woken up. The thing is, well, why don't you just come by the medical bay?
Thank you for coming.
Oh yeah, I think I did this scene once before. Just for all the Marianne fans.
So, about the girl, She's unusually taciturn. Did you tell her your name?
Heard it in my head.
That's not suspicious at all.
I'm Matoi.
There's no record of that name in our database. At the very least, we know there's no registry info for her in ARX. Is she from another planet? Her biopatterns were a near-perfect fit for ARX. Curious indeed. Matoi, can you tell us where you're from and what you were doing on that planet? Oh, goodness! Did I spook you? Sorry, that wasn't my intention. She seems attached to you. It's like you're imprinted on her or something.
The horse head clearly makes her feel safe.
You're certain you've never met? If you're not acquainted, that makes this all the more puzzling. We can hardly just leave her, though. You've got ARC's work to do, so I can't expect you to stick around indefinitely.
Yeah, that is actually, it's a weird comment. You have arts work to do, but, like, we're a recent graduate whose certification is partially up in limbo because of the incident. Like, are we actually cleared to do work at this point? Seems like a security risk if we are.
Would you mind leaving her in my care? If anything comes up, you'll be the first to know.
Hey, I've got this scary feeling. Be extra careful, okay?
Eerie feeling. Like, maybe a dark force from a place we don't understand is trying to destroy the universe? This really is a main story thing. That's interesting, because this set of characters is usually considered like sub-story fodder in episodes following this. I guess they have to introduce everyone as a mandatory
You there!
thing.
Arc's up! Hey! Don't ignore me! I'm talking to you! I can tell you're still getting your feet wet here, rookie. Lucky for you, I know my way around, and I'm willing to give you some tips.
This person looks a lot stronger than you, Patty.
Oh, shut up! What we operatives need right now isn't boring old skill. It's knowledge and information. Am I right?
Aren't those two intertwined?
Now, the first thing you need to know about being an ARCS operative is watch out for the fall spawn.
No, really. Never would have guessed.
They've got it out for us so bad. And they go around turning wildlife on these planets all vicious and stuff. We've got to do something about them before it's too late. Fortunately, the wildlife here on Nefarious isn't all that strong. But on other planets...
Sorry about my sister babbling on like that. Believe me, I know how it feels. Never mind her. She's just a big-headed know-it-all who's only good for spreading rumors.
Tell her how you really feel.
Although she's not wrong when she says that the fall spawn are dangerous. And they've even been showing up around here lately, so it definitely doesn't hurt to be careful. Now come on, Patty, let's go. We have our own job to do gathering information.
Hey! Wake up, Tia! I was still talking!
Don't worry about it. No one was listening to you anyway.
Correct.
I have a question for you. Would you mind answering it? You're aware that reports of rampaging dragons are on the rise, I trust? Do you know anything about their whereabouts? Or if there are any particularly strong specimens?
Odd question to be asking a recruit.
I see. Pardon my breach of etiquette. Carry on with your exploration and disregard what I just said.
Oh, a new colleague, eh? The number of ARCS operatives coming to Nevaris has been on the rise lately. Before all the fall spawn showed up, you could go for days without bumping into a single soul. You could also say the proliferation of ARCS ops is a sign of increasing danger. When things were safe, nobody came here at all. Even if peace means bad business for people like us, who make our living fighting the bad guys, it beats the alternatives.
Hello. There certainly are more and more ARCS operatives coming to Nevaris these days. At least that has been the case ever since all these fall spawns started to appear. Actually, I am a little worried about the way things are going. As the saying goes, where there is ARCS, there is danger. I am an ARCS operative myself, but I would prefer to avoid working as one as much as possible. Because having no work would mean we are finally at peace. You say there is someone else who feels the same? Good to know it is not just me.
Ah yes, Risa is a little more colorful.
Who is it? Oh, you're with Art. Don't scare me like that. I'm a sharpshooter, you know. Sneaking up behind is pretty much asking for a bullet between the eyes. Now then, I haven't had my fill of shooting yet, so I'm going back out. Light 'em up, Risa.
Ah, there it is. I was gonna say, I'm used to having a more high-pitched voice, but I guess that must be because the later entries like to really lean on that creepy laugh.
What is it? Me? Sorry. I can't remember too much. I remember regular stuff. I've got common knowledge and language down pat. But when it comes to myself, everything's all foggy. And every time I try to remember, my head just... Ow! Sorry.
It's gotta be annoying not being able to get anything out of me, aside from my name, huh?
Not at all, or we can just leave her hanging. Because, you know, ellipses are cool, especially in anime.
Thank you. Sorry, I didn't mean to fish for reassurance. I'll try my hardest to jog my memory. It might be a while yet, but I'll make it happen, one way or another. Oh.
Oops. I guess I cut my toy off. I didn't mean to nudge the enter button, but I did. Sorry. It's not worth replaying the scene for like half of a word.
First, I must express my gratitude to you. You identified the best divergence of potentiality and forged a path to novel circumstances.
The best divergence? You mean like just the whole railroaded story we were on? Sure, we'll call that a divergence.
At present, I have not yet fully studied the words required to gain your consent. Therefore, I must apologize that I continue to fall short of earning your trust. And I apologize for relying on you despite this. A new divergence matrix has been born. This signifies that it is possible to intervene in new potentialities. My regret endures. I pray that you will be the one to absolve me of it.
I see. So Xi'an's goal was for you to rescue the second, who'd collapsed on Navarius.
Yeah, I guess either 4 or 5 already revealed that detail. Because it's technically a little bit of a big deal to know Matoya's actual identity.
That's why she turned back time to your certification mission. Good job finding her on your first try.
You know, when a voice says, "Hey, go over there," or I guess we were actually hearing Matoya, but still, what? I have to assume the voice was like amplified so we could hear it or something. But I feel like at that distance, it's a little bit ludicrous to believe we heard her at the actual volume she was speaking.
The divergence matrix displays possible divergences. It's about as outrageous as my power to stop time. Cassie would probably call it magic. Well, maybe it's not quite on that level. Anyway, even if you can go to the past, changing history isn't easy. Time automatically corrects itself.
But how? Is what we do just like immediately undone?
For example, even if you changed history to stop Luther from killing me, I'd probably still die somewhere. That's how it usually works.
I mean, don't all living beings eventually die?
But Xi'an can see the results of your revisions too, so she knows exactly what to change. Then she tells you, and you change it. That's what the divergence matrix is for. It's like a guidepost to creating a new future.
In other words, Xian was lying through her teeth when she said she was just an observer. I cannot guide you, except I'm gonna guide you.
You're going to change events to help her reach the future she's calculated. Xion wouldn't be able to do it alone, and neither would you. It's something you can only do together. Of course, there's no guarantee that you'd succeed in diverging history, even if you followed Xion's guidance. I wonder if she was secretly turning back time and repeating your adventures until you managed to create a divergence.
Just brute force it. Let's start at 1, then 2, then 3, then 4. I guess when you can turn back time, you got an infinite amount of tries. I want to say, because there's a few generic missions that the game wants you to do. The story goes on. Namely, usually before you do story sections in certain dungeons, it'll make you do a generic expedition run through it first. But I guess we'll play these out, but I'm trying to remember if there is like actually a mission that was more than generic and actually needs context
We
and
are currently
explaining.
preparing a large-scale operation for all ArcSops to fight enemies in their local regions.
Oh man, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? Hey, you there! Yeah, you! You're an ArcSop, right? You must be the one who accepted my request. Oh, where are my manners? My name's Wright. I'm Professor Aki's assistant. Where's Professor Aki now? Well, that's exactly why I asked you here. See, lately she's been kind of obsessed with the Draconians on Amduskia. Now it looks like she's let her ArcSop certification go to her head and gone off to investigate them on her own. I'm worried sick about her. There's any number of things that could go wrong. So, getting back to my request, can I ask you to go find her for me? I'll make sure you're paid, though I may have to dip into her grant funds to do so.
You sure you have her permission for that kind of thing?
Anyway, whenever you have some time on your hands is fine. Though, personally, the sooner you can find her, the sooner I can sleep easy again.
Oh yeah, there we go, it's showing the sub-stories. Yeah, this is much better than me trying to manually sort through it. I kind of wish I had remembered that there's the manual chapter sorting for episode 4, although it was surprisingly coherent, despite me skipping like 90% of the sub-stories. Because like, as much as I complain about some of them being filler, there's some of them that are also pretty good, and I think we might have missed a few of them. Hey Yoshi, you heard something about anime. Yes. We are, I decided we were gonna go back and reminisce about how, or about our old war stories while the universe burns in episode 5. I think it's probably fine, right? It'll be there after we're done romping through these videos. This tower defense folks will be fine, though. If anything happens, they'll just walk it off. Clearly.
What are you supposed to be? If you're not a Draconian, I have no use for you.
What time did I start? It would have been about midnight Pacific. We got to chapter 6 in a run, and unfortunately I slightly miscalculated on my, well, I guess I calculated it out, a strategy I wanted to do, and then I executed the wrong one, just slightly. So we died. And we actually had the classic voting tie, so I did my best imitation of flipping a coin using a die, and PSO2 came up on top. Anyway, Aki is immediately rude, because of course she is.
What's that? Is my name Aki? Interesting. Do you always go around asking people to identify themselves like this?
What are you supposed to be is quite a valid question given what you're wearing. Why, you don't see people with horse heads running around all over the place? Seems perfectly normal to me.
At any rate, yes, my name is Aki. Now, who are you? I have no recollection of you, and my memory is never wrong.
Not in the middle of, what is it, the volcano? Yeah, it's, the area is called the Volcanic Caverns. And it's, about as stereotypical as you can get in terms of, like, underground lava caves, basically.
No, wait. Don't tell me. You're here because Wright asked you to come find me, aren't you? I can't think of any other reason why you'd come here looking for me. I bet he was bawling his head off about how I haven't come back yet, wasn't he? Oh, I keep telling him that nothing's going to go wrong.
Yeah, sure, nothing's gonna go wrong in the middle of a volcanic cavern. Sure, we'll believe you.
But all right, now that you've found me, I guess I can oblige him and head back. Oh, right. If you don't mind, could I ask your name?
Too bad I can't tell her I'm a ghost here to haunt her. She probably wouldn't care.
So that's your name. Interesting. You might be a far more fascinating specimen than the Draconians. Oh, don't mind me. Just thinking out loud. I'll remember your name. See you around.
Who? You. How did you notice me?
What do you mean? You're in a bright yellow outfit standing in the open. I think it'd be really strange if we didn't as you. Were you hiding?
So you saw me clear as day? Am I getting sloppy at erasing my presence? No, that can't be. Who are you?
God, when it zooms in, just like full front on the muzzle of the horse head. Yeah, I know, right? That camera angle. Oh, there's some other really good stuff, like when you're wearing stupid costumes in this game. There's that one UQ that I said I didn't want to spoil, or I didn't want to do because it kind of spoils the parts of episode 6, but I never discovered something really funny with the horse head in it that if it comes up in another session like this, I'm probably just gonna do it anyway. Because it's completely worth it. Unfortunately, that's not gonna be the case tonight, just because we got one of the one that was just announced as the farming one, which I mean, technically they're all farming ones, but that one in particular is very, very spammy. And I don't know if it would make for particularly good stream content. Makes his over-the-top anime reactions to your presence much more normal. Ah, come on! It's Anime Land. Horse heads are nothing to Anime Land.
Hey, I got a good look at your fight. I could hardly bear to watch. You're just as much of a greenhorn as I expected, since you hang out with Zeno. And that's not all. You're seriously lacking in guts. The guts to smash your opponent's faces in, that is. You're soft. That's why nothing's frightened of you, and your fights drag on. Without the guts to kill anything that gets in your way, you're dead weight on the battlefield. Fools like you always make hopeless mistakes when it comes down to the wire. If only you had more guts, you'd be a much more worthy opponent.
I'm certain he was trying to give you advice.
Guy's name is so close to being Get 'em hurt. You know, now that you point it out, one different letter could be so much better. I mean, they can't be that obvious about it, right? You almost wonder if it's a mistranslation. I mean, that's possible too. I guess it's hard to say, because, like, considering his personality, it almost feels like they were trying to take on, like, some kind of a fake German name for him or something.
Master Gedemholt hardly ever concerns himself with others. I'm a little jealous.
Sheena! What are you blabbering about? Get your ass over here!
See, he's concerning himself with you.
I shouldn't have said that. Please forget it. Excuse me.
It's good to see you. We've been waiting. You know what we're after, right? Oh, wait. Please excuse me. You're the one ARC's operative I trust, so that question itself is rude.
That's an odd statement. You're the one ARC's operative I trust.
Now, let us be on our way. My intellectual curiosity must be sated at once.
Sorry. We haven't even explained anything.
What happened to change your mind? Good question. Because I don't think there's any required missions aside from the Volcanic Cavern Expedition, and like, you don't get anything in terms of character development out of it. It's literally a generic dungeon crawl. Which is why I'm not going, oh hey, let's take a break to go do this expedition, because it doesn't really get us anything.
But, we're investigating the Draconians as usual, so... The professor seems to have something else on her mind. Honestly, I'm scared of another frenzy happening. If it comes down to it, we'll just have to drag her out of here. Well then, I hope today... No, I hope I can count on you again.
Forgot how much attention they get here.
I feel like the fall spawn have been multiplying. That's not a good sign.
Cause like, they sort of disappear after this. Like, you might have noticed with episode 4 that like, these characters are nowhere to be seen.
Ma'am, the Draconians are capable of repelling fall spawn on their own, aren't they?
Yeah, that's why they've officially denied ARC's intervention. I'd advise them of how dangerous that stance is if I could. ARC's mastery of photons makes it the only group capable of completely eradicating the fall spawn. The Draconians can repel them with brute force, but that won't eradicate them. Fall spawn residue will always remain.
Ew.
I'm sure there's an underlying cause behind the Draconians' sudden change, but I can hardly delve into that without their cooperation.
Back half of this cave just missing. I think it's the draw distance problem. Cause that's definitely not right. You're right. Actually, I guess no, that can't be. I was gonna say maybe that's the entrance, but like... I'm not so sure there would just be like open lava next to the entrance to the cave.
That's why our only option is taking to the field for some good old-fashioned legwork. This was a Draconian cadaver at one point. This is horrific. It's barely even recognizable.
You know, she says that, but alright, I guess this is where the expedition might come into play a little. But, like that, you fight some of these frenzied Draconians, and like this is very clearly just like the full intact model. There's not really anything horrifying about it. I guess we're just supposed to use our imaginations. quest preview window, it showed them from the same angle and the cave at it back. Yeah, I think something screwed up with the draw distance and I'm not sure what was going on. These episode 1 scenes are like 10 years old at this point, so I guess I'm not too surprised that there's some bugginess. Because, let's be frank, even with the more modern features and stuff, there is a lot doesn't quite work properly, so definitely wouldn't be too surprised if their first go at the story section was a little glitchy.
I don't feel so good. I can't believe you can touch that stuff, ma'am.
You should know these things as my assistant. I enjoy doing research on living creatures.
She's not even touching it right now, though.
I have no interest in what's dead and gone. This is just an object, a thing. No reason not to touch it. Now, let's see its viscera. Pipe down, right? Either you're interested or you're not. Pick one. It's as I suspected. Sorry, let me outline my thoughts better. Basically, I studied its internal tissue. There's definitely false spawn corruption. I think it accumulated in its body over time. Destroying false spawn with non-photon methods leaves byproducts that... Oh, have I told you this before?
No, totally not. You're not being a broken record at all.
Well, whatever. Long story short, specks of dirt can become mountains when you put enough of them together. For better or for worse, I've retrieved some tissue samples. This should help me move forward with my research. But I don't think we'll get to the bottom of this so long as we can't talk with the Draconians.
Which is, I guess that's kind of curious, because, like, we apparently know their policy is, like, no, we kill false spawn by ourselves.
Emergency mission alert. Large-scale deployment operation in progress. All ARCS ops, report to the quest counter to join the mission.
And we don't care about Ark's health. Like, how did we figure, I guess them trying to fight us would be part of it, but, like, she talks like they've actually stated that policy to us, which seems a little weird when she's like, oh, but I can't communicate with them. Literally every quest in this game an emergency. The announcements that are at the top of the screen here, like these ones, they're basically like raids. They're called urgent quests in Phantasy Star Online too, but like they're just raids by another name. So usually when it's like, oh, emergency alert or whatever, it's because this is a timed raid, so it's telling us to go participate now. Is this actually I think this is actually a fight with the boss from the volcanic area.
Draconians battling each other? Are they having a row?
I can't deny that possibility. But based on what they're saying, that doesn't seem to be the case. Now then.
Huh? Wait, Professor? You're not gonna get involved, are you?
It's useless to reason with him, Draconian. He's been corrupted by Fallspawn, and isn't in his right mind.
Arx, I haven't the time for you. Depart.
See? Let's do as he says and get out of here. It's dangerous.
That's enough out of you, right? Be quiet. Now, Draconian, you may say that, but what exactly do you intend to do about the problem before you?
Lord Roga of the High Clan, our guide. However, he corrupts our fellows. Horrendous. Violation of our laws. Those who break laws return to Kashina.
Kashina, the Hell Dragon spoken of in Draconian myth, correct? I see. So I understand you'll kill him.
Clever Arx. What are you thinking?
I'm saying let us handle it. Forsaking a living being is a waste. I won't allow it. Listen up. If we suppress that Draconian with the power of photons, we might make it in time. We might be able to save him. I can't guarantee it, but there's value in trying at least.
Your Majesty, code due.
Oh, why I locked onto the leg. These camera angles. I think this version of him is a higher level than anything in the actual expeditions. Just kind of funny.
Completed.
Yeah, it scales up. Like, it scales with your level to a max. So it hit at 75 there, it caps out. And the cap depends on the episode. Dramatic healing. As a horse.
Lord Roga, you have regained your senses?
Our gamble paid off, and just in the nick of time. We must credit the resilience of the Draconian Constitution.
Clever Arx. What did you do?
It's simple, Draconian. Photons reduced the Fallspawn tissue within. Of course, the real credit goes to this one, not me. We can't do much about his wounds, but Draconians recover quickly enough. It should heal in time.
Is this an Arx power?
Hold, Draconian. It's too early to be relaxing just yet. This is only the beginning. Before long, more Draconians will deteriorate the same way.
What do you seek from us?
Conversation. Draconians and Arcs need to start up a dialogue.
My name is N of High. I ask your names, Arcs.
My name is Aki, and this is my assistant, Wright.
And no choice. Have to say the name. Yeah, Constitution has multiple meanings. I guess she just assumed she was being clear enough with what definition she was using.
Child of Arcs, I apologize for rudeness, and I express gratitude. The power to save Lord Woga. I will not forget this debt.
Yeah, I guess I don't know if you were paying too much attention to the battles and when we were at the end of episode 4, but I believe that's scaled to 80, which I think the cap started at 70 early on, and they eventually got to 80 or maybe 85. But that's definitely not normal, so to speak, if you're just playing through the story like with leveling up a character. For the most part, it scales to your character, with some exceptions. You may have seen me complain about it a little bit in the Discord, where it's like suddenly running into a mission where it's like, oh, I was level 40 and it was fixed at level 60 enemies, so suddenly there's a huge difficulty spike. Although I guess it's probably better to describe it as like a fixed minimum. Because I'm willing to bet it would probably scale up if I were to do that same mission again with my character at this level. Probably up to, I'm guessing 75 or 80. And I guess interestingly enough, the final episode, I guess probably because the game was out for so long when it came out, actually not only scales up to 100, but has enemies where their fixed minimum is either 95 or 100. So it results in kind of a weird thing where it's like Sega expects you to be like in some raid tier gear for what's just like story content. Hello, Phantom Knight TV.
Don't give me that crap! You want a piece of me, Zeno? Bring it on! This should be a good fight.
I said calm down, Zeno. Come on, Malfoncina. Don't just stand there. Put a leash on that mad dog of yours.
I'm afraid I don't know who you're talking about.
You. Lose your steam, did you? How embarrassing. But don't worry. There will be plenty of other chances. See you around, Zeno. Have fun with your little friends.
Good day.
Yeah, they didn't bother to lip sync it at all. They're like, yeah, let's just leave it as with the Japanese animations.
Zeno?
I'm fine, Echo. Don't worry about me. Sorry for all the trouble. You too. I'm sorry you had to see that. Just think of it as another side to me. One I'd rather not go into if you don't mind. Anyway, I'm gonna go cool off for a bit. See you later.
Hey! Wait up, Zeno! Sorry, but I have to go after him.
I guess it's kind of a fair enough there too, because like considering that this was only localized, was it 2 years ago now? Maybe not even. Like, I don't think anyone would really want to go back and try to redo the animations for something that old at that point. It was rushed. Like the localization is. I mean, I could understand because it feels like Sega doesn't really care that much about its international market, which is why it actually kind of shocked me to hear that they localized this. Microsoft brought it over. Oh? So, like, Microsoft was that interested in this? 'Cause that strikes me as a little weird. Like, I'm kind of struggling to see why Microsoft would be so interested in this game. I mean, I'm kind of grateful, of course, to be able to actually get to try it out, but they paid to get it localized. That was an Xbox exclusive for a few months. Huh. But, okay, so they really thought it would sell that well on the Xbox? Because, like, as much as I am a fan of... Actually, more is the original Phantasy Star Online, but, like, this game has done a pretty decent job of winning me over, too. Like, it's a very niche thing. I'm surprised Microsoft would go through so much trouble. Because it's not like it's Halo or anything on that tier. But, it's definitely some interesting trivia. Thanks for telling me.
There you are. Have you come to chat again? I'm so happy you did.
I guess even putting aside if it wasn't a rush job, like it's... I don't know if I'd envy the person who'd have to go back and try to figure out how to make their like in-house animation software work for trying to re-lip sync anything from the older episodes. It sounds like a logistical nightmare.
I'm not very good at talking with others. If anything, I find it frightful. Ophelia said I might be traumatized, but I couldn't really say. For whatever reason, though, Talking with you seems to come naturally. That's why it doesn't bother me so much. I might not remember anything, but at least I have someone to talk to.
Probably go on for a little bit longer just because those technical problems caused us to start later. Although, that also probably means we'll end up stopping in the middle of Chapter 3 of this episode, but we'll see.
In all things, infinite choice is but an illusion. It is necessary to ascertain and accept what follows your actions.
This is the person constantly rewinding time to get the results she wants.
A new divergence matrix has been born. Events are awakening to new potentialities, and your path, though long, is solidifying. Your actions will determine the future. That is all I am capable of expressing. I apologize for my circuitous phrasing.
Falspawn really are terrible. Even if you destroy their bodies, the remaining F-Factor corrupts living beings and machines. Honestly, how could anyone create such monstrosities? If the photons inside us didn't neutralize the F-Factor, we'd be corrupted in the blink of an eye, too. That's why non-Arcs can't fight them. You can't fight Falspawn without the ability to control photons. Reggie, Mary, and I are particularly good at it, but you're on a whole other level. Absorbing and purifying the F-Factor inside the frenzied Draconians. That's beyond me. Honestly, it's a terrifying ability. But that's probably one of the reasons why Xion chose you. Thanks to you, the frenzied Draconians returned to normal. And a link was formed between Arcs and the Draconians, creating a new future. I'm not sure yet how this will alter the course of history. But I am sure this was necessary to achieve Xion's goal.
Oh yeah, so I guess first taste of what they consider to be sub-stories from the first episode.
Hello there! How are you? I'm feeling fine and dandy after wrapping up a job, and I just had to tell someone. I gotta say, guns are the bee's knees. They're easy on my hands, and there's nothing more graceful than death by gunshot. The way they crumple, I'm getting goosebumps. You? It's this feeling of total domination. Just talking about it is getting me in the mood again. On that note, I'm out. Adieu! Adieu!
Mitsu is clearly a very well-adjusted individual. And this is why we trust her with guns.
Hey you! It's me, Patty!
Hi, I'm Tia.
Today, we've got a crazy huge scoop. You won't want to miss this one. It's about our enemies, the Falspawn. Falspawn are labeled a bunch of things, like dangerous, terrifying, fearsome, and all that jazz. But what's that even mean? And so, for the first time... No, wait, maybe the second? Nah, whatever. Introducing the horror of Falspawn! Okay, take it away, Professor Tia.
What? I have to tell them? We're talking about Falspawn, right? The most horrible thing about Falspawn isn't their raw strength, but their ability to corrupt.
To put it simply, it's like a disease. If someone's corrupted by the fall spawn factor, they'll slowly lose their mind, and finally...
They become a fall spawn themselves, and that's no joke!
Once someone's corrupted by fall spawn, they become more violent, especially toward ARC's members. And once the corruption's taken hold, there's practically no way to reverse it. Any attempts will only make it spread further. So if there are any signs of corruption, it's best to take them out as quickly as possible.
That's a lot harsher than I expected. Oh, don't worry. We ARC's members are protected by our photons, so we won't be corrupted.
Well, lucky us, huh?
As of now, there's no record of any ARC's members being corrupted. Probably, I think.
Uh-huh. Sounds vaguely like famous last words. Oh, no. I'm sure nothing will come of it. Nothing at all.
You could compare our battle with the fall spawn to a fight with an uncurable, ever-spreading illness. To continue with that metaphor, I guess that would make ARCs like an alliance of doctors.
I feel all weird now after hearing that stuff. Have I been corrupted?
Impossible. Idiots can't be corrupted. Everyone knows that.
What a relief. Wait. Hold on. You didn't just call me an idiot, did you?
We know this is impossible because it's never happened before. I mean, seems like sound logic to me, right?
Say, you're an ARCS operative, aren't you? You wouldn't happen to be the one, would you? You are? Oh, thank you for accepting my request. Before we get into the details, can I ask you something? Have you ever seen any tiny shadows in Lilliput's desert? Oh, do you happen to know where they can be found? Oh, I'm sorry. I guess you haven't seen them before then. Sorry for the strange question. I keep seeing reports of people seeing them, but no one seems to know where they can be found. Oh, right. Where are my manners? My name's Fourier. Technically, I'm an ARCSOP myself. Have you ever heard about the tiny shadows on Lilliput before? Rumors of them tend to come and go. Well, would you believe me if I told you that those tiny shadows saved my life recently? I was injured and immobilized while I was out in the desert, and just when I'd given up, those shadows came and saved me. Once all was said and done, I managed to make it back safely, but I never got a chance to thank my benefactors. So I only have one request. Would you please track down those tiny shadows in my place?
You know, I like how she glosses over the story of being rescued when it would possibly be pertinent information to her request for tracking them down. It's like, where did it happen? And, can we get some extra description? And how exactly did they save you?
I wish I could go myself, but As you can see, I'm still healing up from my injuries. Whether you believe me or not is up to you. I'll still make sure you're rewarded. All I want is to know for sure if what I saw was real or only a dream. Whenever you get around to it is fine. I'm in no rush. Thank you.
Now we're just wandering a desert aimlessly, I guess.
Hello? If you are not in a hurry at the moment, I suggest you stay where you are. For your own safety. As you can see, Master Gedemhold is currently in a very foul mood. To be blunt, he is apt to take out his frustration on anyone that comes near him. You and I are no exception. I know that others think he treats me poorly, but that is only how it seems to outsiders.
You know, statements like that are a clear red flag. That's like an excellent time to challenge him to a duel, yes.
As long as I can be near him, that is all I need.
That is also a very red flag.
I ask for nothing more. Indeed, I do not allow myself to ask for anything more.
Come on, Cena! Let's go already!
That's a third very red flag, indeed. She may have issues.
I suppose that concludes our talk for today. Good day.
Hello. Ah, I see. An approach from outside one's field of vision would certainly help evade discovery.
Oh look, you were standing out in the open in your bright yellow outfit again. And you were able to be undetected. Gasp.
While I don't understand the reasons behind it, I understand what sets you apart now. When I have business with you, I will be the one to reach out to you.
Oh god, this angle. Did you know that not standing in front of someone is prerequisite to not being seen? No, I didn't.
And please, try to avoid approaching me when I'm alone. I might be on assignment.
Okay, you're the one who keeps approaching me.
A question, if I may. Have you identified the whereabouts of Hadrid, the rampaging dragon? You really haven't discerned anything?
Well, we found a dragon, but pretty sure its name isn't Hadrid.
I should think locating Hadrid would be easy for someone with senses as sharp as yours. I beg your pardon for that brief lapse in composure.
Why are you so interested in this one dragon, or who is Hadrid? It is funny that she just dropped his name and is like, yeah, I just assume that you know who I'm talking about. Like, hey, this guy, why haven't you found him?
Hadrid is a particularly powerful rampaging dragon. An unpardonable traitor. Traitors must always pay. That is a given in any organization. And this vendetta is personal.
That's like she's compensating for something. Yeah, maybe. I can't quite put my finger on what it could be.
Never mind. Please forget I said anything. If you do discover the dragon's whereabouts, please inform me. If you'll excuse me then.
The large-scale operation has ended. Thank you for your support.
Well, someone was hungry.
Hey, fancy meeting you here, mate. Looking for something? Tiny shadows? Oh, you're looking for them, mate? I saw them over thereabouts not too long ago. You know, it's funny. I've always had a way of spotting things others are looking for. If only it would work when I want to find something. Yeah, right in this area. I guess they would be gone by now. But look, over there. What's this? Cloth? It's not something Automata would carry around. Is it from the tiny shadows? Well, it could be proof that they were here at least. Hard to say for sure, though. Frankly, this planet's puzzling enough as it is. Call it intuition or a premonition, but something tells me the secrets go deeper here.
I guess they're technically doing world building, but they don't really focus too much on the locations for the most part. It's like, oh, it's a volcanic cavern. Oh, it's a desert. At least in episode 1. They get a little bit better about it later. Have we met this pretty boy before, or is he randomly showing up and being friendly? Yeah, he's our, I guess, only classmate for the certification process from the very start of the game. And unfortunately, I don't think there's any way to replay it, but it's basically like, there's that one little bit that I guess if you go back in the VOD later, it kind of plays that scene and then just kind of debates a little bit, because anyone who's done the training would be like, hey, we're repeating here, but it actually breaks off to something else, but it often says like the same words. So I guess in short, he can be considered kind of like a classmate, and then like the game kind of pushes him as like almost the best friendish type character, but not exactly. It's a little bit hard to pinpoint. Yeah, he kind of took a bit of time to grow on me, honestly.
I'm sure a little legwork will turn something up there.
He's the friendly and competent Pokemon rival. Almost, yeah. I would probably take the incompetent part out. Like, he acts like a bit of a doof, but he's actually quite capable. Just, like, not partaking his power is capable. But, like, then again, who else has that kind of power?
I'm going back to exploring for a bit. You should join me for my mission sometime, mate. See ya!
Hey, how'd it go?
I forgot how short these sequences are. Like, compare these sequences to episode 4. Like, we'd probably still be in the first chapter of episode 4 for equivalent time, just because those scenes are so much longer compared to these. Yeah, full visual novel. And episode 5 is pretty close to the same, too. These feel like quick intros and outros. Yeah, I think that's a decent way to describe them. These are the quick and dirty, because they're trying to build up all these characters without getting too bogged down, I suppose. It does, in my opinion, lead to it being a little bit fragmented, because it feels like jumping around a lot between locations and not being able to actually physically explore and move around makes it a little disorienting when that's constantly happening. But on the other hand, we're also not just sitting around for like a full 15-minute long conversation if we're comparing it to episode 4. Which, I mean, I appreciate that they tried to improve like the depth of the characterization in the later episodes, but I think they go overboard at times.
You think this cloth is something the tiny shadows left behind? Oh, so they were here. I wasn't just dreaming. That's good. Very good. Now I know that I have someone to thank. Thank you very much. Once I recover from my injuries, I'd like to thank them personally. I would like your assistance when the time comes, if it's not too much trouble.
And actually, I guess thinking on it a little bit more, like with the first episode, there's a lot of just back-to-back new dungeon areas. So I kind of get the feeling that initially they were just using the story as something like, okay, we need to not make this just a generic dungeon area, so let's add this character which kind of gives it a bit more lore. You feel like you know Foray's voice actress from somewhere. I'm not sure I can place it anywhere myself, but that could possibly be the voice filters throwing me.
Thank you for your recent assistance. I'm fully recovered now. I can go anywhere, whenever I like. So, I have a large favor to ask of you. Would you please go with me to the desert? I'm not entirely sure about what I saw, so I'd like to have some company. Please, whenever you have time to spare.
Dude, we're actually jetting through these. They're like 30-second long conversations.
Look over there! Did you see? Did you see that? I know what I saw this time.
Their very own desert Ewoks.
This isn't some memory or camera malfunction. They were definitely there.
Yeah, that ain't no shadow. Like, the descriptions kind of imply that they're stealthy, but like... it's just walking around in the open. I guess it's the same problem as Ninja Camo Girl. If you're standing out in the open, you don't hide very well.
Oh, good. If you saw it too, then there's no mistake. It was a tiny shadow. No, it would be more accurate to call it a small person. I couldn't speak with them or thank them, but it's all right. I can take things slowly. For now, it's enough to know they're here. After that, it's a matter of patience and perseverance. Don't worry, I have both to spare. Thank you so much for everything. Oh, I'm sorry. Could I ask you to please keep it down a bit? Look, over there. It's unusual for one to be standing around relaxing. They're always incredibly wary of their surroundings. Wait, are those automata? The little ones are natives of this place. The automata would have no reason to attack. Something isn't right about this. Look out! Run!
The automata sure is taking its time.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was careless of me. Now the enemy knows we're here. Let's take them all out. I'll help as much as I can.
It's one enemy robot.
What's that sound? Swords clashing? Is there a fight?
Hey, what's wrong? I thought mechanical bodies were made of sterner stuff. Come on! You can do better than that!
How horrible.
Well, hey guys. No offense, but these are my stomping grounds. Go find your own. Hey, wait a minute. I don't know about the cast lady, but haven't I seen you before?
You met them on Nefarious, Master Gedemhalt.
Oh yeah, them. Where are my manners? Gotta remember the name of my quarry. So if you're here, does that mean that masked jerk is around too? Or will you be the one to entertain me this time? What's your problem, lady? I've got no business with you.
You must be the Arcs that's been rampaging around this area.
Rampaging? I resent that, lady. This is all part of the Ark's job description. We make planetfall, we dispatch our enemies. That's what we do.
I disagree. Arcs is also expected to interact with native inhabitants, and...
Yeah, whatever. That's a load of crap, if you ask me. You can't expect me to interact with creatures that don't understand our language. They could be corrupted by false spawn, too. You see what I'm saying here?
Everyone in the desert is never in a hurry. Indeed. Just look at us here, we're standing around arguing. You nod or shake head.
You're a regular goody two-shoes. Put on airs all you like. Your crap still stinks just as much as mine. Huh? What's up with this little shrimp? The way they're staring is creeping me out. I'll bet they're corrupted by false spawn and coming after us. Best way to keep trouble from coming down on Arcs later is to waste it right here and now.
No, don't!
What?
Are you okay? You better get away while you can.
You're sticking your neck out for an enemy? How stupid can you be?
They're not enemies. They saved me. And now, it's my turn to return the favor.
What? You with them too? How goddamn thick can your skulls be? They're gonna get corrupted by false spawn and go crazy sooner or later. When you've got the power to decide who lives or dies, it's an act of mercy to kill them before they suffer.
Just scorch the earth, I guess.
Don't you dare give me that look, you worthless cast. Any buzz I had before now is long dead. We're leaving, Sina.
Yes, sir. Good day, everyone.
Sina! Chop chop!
Don't worry. The wound isn't deep. I am sturdy, at the very least. I know. What he said made sense. They will fall under the false spawn sway and go mad. Once they go mad, destroying them will be the only option. He spoke truthfully. What I am doing is hypocrisy under the guise of repayment. I'm kicking the can down the road, as it were. And yet, I still want to have faith. Oh, are you worried about me? Oh, thank you. I'm flattered. Yes, I'll be all right. It seems I'm still a bit shaken, but don't worry. I'll be fine. This is going to be time-consuming, but I won't give up.
I'm gonna kill this guy before he suffers the indignity of being around us any longer. You sure that's what he'd want? Clearly. I mean, he's constantly trying to pick a fight, so that must be his end goal, right? Sturdy, you can tell by the conspicuous weak points in her armor. I mean, if Pokemon can have that annoying ability, I'm sure a robot can. Conspicuous joints or not.
Sorry if I keep gawking.
Sorry if I keep gawking with the horse mask. That's amazing.
I'm sure most people take this stuff for granted, but it's all new to me. It's kind of thrilling. Those monitors in the lobby boggled my mind at first. Like, hey, something's moving in the wall. It's annoying forgetting so much stuff sometimes, but at least one plus side is getting to experience basic things like they're new. I'm still working on jogging my memory, of course. I haven't forgotten that. I was just thinking, I sure hope the stuff I've forgotten isn't all bad.
Yeah, I should be fairly quick to do this and then the 2 side stories. And we'll call it there. How much is in here again? Okay. So there's 10 chapters overall, but they all go as fast as the first 3, which I think they do. Like, it's a vague memory now, but I remember episode 1 being fairly quick. So, like, if we have a dedicated day at all, like, episode 1 will probably just be, like, done like that. Yep. I guess we're still on that menu.
A new divergence matrix has been born. This positive turn of events exhibits the significance of your actions. I and we profess 1,000 gratitudes. We comprehend that this is no straightforward path, and yet I relied on you nonetheless. The one who repaid that trust is you. Your will answered. That is why I am grateful. And I hope you will pardon me for needing to depend on you time and time again.
Lilypaw and the Lilypans, I don't think that planet has been discovered yet during my time. It seems the civilization that was originally on Lilypaw was destroyed, and the Lilypans are the survivors. No, but I so desperately want to pet one. It's too bad that I don't have a body. All joking aside, now you've formed relationships with not only the Draconians, but with the Lilypans as well. Although it doesn't seem like you can communicate verbally, I'm sure that Fourier girl will figure something out. Now then, Next up is another recording from Nefarious, it would seem.
You said that, but we're doing sub-stories and then calling it. We're still on Lilliput.
Hello there. I hear the occasional rumor about you. Everyone agrees you are a real go-getter. Just do not try to take on the world alone. Sometimes you need to form parties to get the job done. As for who I would recommend in a party, probably a force. They are good at both offense and healing. In fact, you could have a whole party of horses.
Just, you know, suspiciously endorsing yourself.
What do you do about enemy attacks, you ask? Easy, just dodge them all.
Oh, so just treat everything like it's endgame. Seems legit to me.
Hey, you're looking well. Hear you've been staying busy lately. I see you around sometimes. Just don't stick your neck out too far in solo missions. It's safer to work in a group. If you do form a party, I'd strongly recommend bringing a hunter along. They're strong and sturdy, making them the foundation of any good party. You can't beat that. Some people say parties should be balanced, but I see no issue with going full hunter. Then you don't have to look out for anybody else.
Yeah, easy. Just don't take any hits. Clearly, this guy has never met a time boss fight. Yeah. Although, if we're being fair here, like, hunters aren't really your traditional MMO tanks. They're more like bruisers. So, like, there's nothing that's just like a tank with weak damage output. So, like, hunters might have to jump through a few more hoops to deal more damage, but for the most part, like, every class is technically like a damage dealing class in well, I guess in general, like, Fantasy Star Online, like, even for the first game, all those classes are damage dealers. Some of them were worse at it just because they put stat allocation into, like, evasion, which is overcosted and never particularly helpful. But, like, in theory, like, the overall design is generally, everyone is capable of kind of carrying themselves in solo. So you're not gonna run into the problem where, well, you're a healer, so you deal no damage. So your fights take forever. Or you're a tank, and the same thing, you deal no damage, but you don't die, and your fights take forever. That's not really the case in general with, ESO.
I guess my point is this. When in doubt, a hunter will always have your back. There you have it. Later.
Yeah, like, there are some that stand above and beyond the others for damage dealing, but usually they have more risk involved. So you have, like, a lot of the times you have to be actively playing that way and using risky abilities to do the more damage, so in theory, it kind of scales up with skill, but there are some classes that are just like purely or clearly a little bit better just because they were designed later, which is unfortunate, but at least, again, nothing gets stuck into the category of it's a healer or it's a tank, so it can't do any damage and is just useless solo. Or is not really contributing to like the damage race aspect of a raid or something, that kind of thing. But it mostly comes down to like different styles of DPSing, if I'm being perfectly honest. Alright, so yeah, that's first 30%-ish of episode 1. What would we have next? Oh yeah, because we go back to Navarius. So yeah, this is another like, hey, check it out, this is the new dungeon area. Yeah, this is gonna be it, because, I mean, we could keep going and going, like, this is fun stuff to revisit, but it's getting late, I don't want to keep people too long. And I should probably go to sleep, so yeah. I guess at some point I might want to try to dedicate a day to finishing this off. I may do a bonus stream, but we'll figure that out down the line. Because, well, I guess depending on how long it takes me to get a successful non-segmented percentless, I guess we might still be doing that for the next few Fridays or something like that, maybe longer. Like, I'm hoping to close it up sooner rather than later, which means then we'd be going to doing either segmented runs or the casual story-ish runs, which means we won't be doing backup games anymore, so probably figure something out as bonus days or whatever, but that's the thought for another time. So for Sunday we'll be returning to Three Houses, picking up on I guess the Red Canyon. We really didn't get that far with that last run, or that last go around, so we'll keep working on the Ashen Deer playthrough. Then I did find software for my Dazzle, so I'm gonna try to get that working. Since I have the official disc in, I think there shouldn't be any issues. Like, it's not like my old PC had any issues when we were running that. It's just, so we should be able to do Halo on Wednesday. I don't expect that to last too long. It's not a particularly long game. At least unless I play really badly, but we'll see. It has been like a decade and a half, so might be a touch rusty. Then I guess Friday we come back, try to close out the Resentless stuff. So yeah, thanks for watching everyone, hope to see you Sunday, and have yourselves a good night.